Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6. And I'm happy to say that this was another really great episode. And Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead is really shaping up to be one of the best seasons of the show. I mean, I can't believe how good it really is. I'm being serious. Like, it's pretty amazing how much this show has improved. And season 6, episode 6 was another great one. We're going to be discussing the entire episode in the video, obviously. So I do want to give a spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the episode. Definitely check it out and then come back to the review. And then for those who have seen it, let me know, what do you think about the episode and what do you think about the season as a whole? Because again, in my opinion, I think the season has been really great. But yeah, so in the beginning of the episode, we saw somebody running away. Based on the trailer, I thought it was going to be Sarah, but it wasn't. It was someone else. I believe it was somebody with the end is the beginning group, which is still a very mysterious group. And I love the mystery aspect of the show. And I think this is going to be the next main. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say like the next main group because they do seem to be involved with Virginia. But I think they're saving them for the second half, and that's going to be the main plot. But they're doing a great job because it is very exciting. That lady in the beginning said this is about the future. So not sure exactly what that means, what they're trying to do, because they're really trying to get the keys. I think maybe they're just trying to take over Virginia and her people, maybe, because they want the keys and maybe they want to run things differently or something opposed to what Virginia's doing. I don't know. You guys let me know your theories on them. And then also that radio that we heard in the beginning of the episode, right before June and Sarah they opened the doors to that truck. That radio, I heard some people talking about people who are sick, and they said that, you know, there's feverish people. So I don't know if it was the people from the building that Dwight and Althea ran into. I don't know if that's the case, if it was timeline wise, you know, around that time, because the timelines I think are a little bit mixed up because of the group being separated. But I don't know if it was that group or a totally different group, but that did catch my attention. Let me know what you guys thought about that. And then we had that guy that June had to do surgery on, and it's interesting how we're seeing these different type of injuries now in The Walking Dead. Like, it just started recently, but we had Ezekiel's lump in his neck, and then we had John's tooth like a couple episodes ago, and now we have this. I mean, it doesn't add that much, you know. They don't really have to do this, but I do think it's becoming more common, and it does add some realism to the show. And I think part of it is maybe because they're listening to fans, because I do see a lot of Walking Dead fans always question, like, how come, this doesn't happen to people in the zombie apocalypse, just like, things that would happen in a regular world. So I think it's partly because they're listening to fans, and partly because it adds realism to the show. But that is interesting how we're seeing more of that now. But then when that guy died, he turned into a walker extremely fast. I wrote that down. I mean, it's nothing big in terms of the whole episode, but that guy turned into a walker like extremely fast, like literally seconds after he died. So I don't know what that was about. Didn't Dr. Jenner say like it was 8 minutes, the fastest or something like that? So I mean, I don't want to nitpick or anything like that, but that was weird because that guy turned into a walker very fast. But yeah, okay, let's get into the really good stuff in this episode, because holy crap, this was some intense stuff in this episode. The oil, once they entered the oil field, the show did not fail to have your attention at all. I mean, even before that, the stuff was great throughout the entire show, but I'm saying, like, once you got into that oil field, it was pretty hectic. It was also really well made, that whole sequence, because it was very loud and claustrophobic, and just, the performances were also really great. We'll talk more about that in a second. But anyways, it was completely chaotic because we had the oil falling down, we had June going from person to person checking on them, and then we had the end is the beginning people, or like the signs, so we were wondering what the heck do they have to do with all this. And then also we had the razors and the walkers, so completely insane stuff happening all at once. So I'm also interested in seeing how big this group is, the end is the beginning, because they seem to have a lot of people. I mean, I'm assuming that was them who put the razors on the walkers, so I don't know what kind of resources they have or what, but they do seem pretty well armed. And then on top of that, we had Virginia interrogating Wes. So again, all these things started happening at the same time or like right after one another, and it just made the entire sequence intense. And then we had Virginia get bit, which was like a big WTF moment because I was not expecting that. Now I gotta also say, Colby Minifie, I believe that's her name and that's how you say it. I could be wrong, I apologize, but I think she's a wonderful actress. I think she has added so much to Virginia because it's a little scary watching her, I'm going to be honest, and it's because it's such a great performance. And speaking of Virginia, I got to say, I think like she's a great villain also, like a really good villain, because the more I'm watching it, like the more I'm watching her and, the further we go into this season, the more and more I'm liking Virginia, and I'm seeing that she is a really good character, and I think the performance from Colby Minifie adds a lot to that. But yeah, that June and Jenny scene, the fight, was intense. I mean, that had me at the edge of my seat because like we had all this chaotic stuff happen and then it was just silent. Like it was so quiet. It was just those two in the room. I thought it was well directed also because like you can just feel like the silenceness in the room, even though it's completely silent, you can feel how intense it was because June knew what was happening. June knew that she wanted the axe, to amputate her arm because she got bit. Just those couple moments of silence where they're just like staring at each other, and June realizes like what Virginia is about to do, and she goes and grabs the axe, and they start fighting. So great scene. And for a second, I thought Virginia was done for. I really did. I thought June was going to not like help her at all. And I was like, wow, this is going to be the end of Virginia. But then last second, we saw that she did cut off the arm and saved her. And I gotta say again, Colby Minifie was really great in this scene when she was yelling at June. And Jenna Elfman was also really great. It was just a really good scene as a whole. And then we saw what happened. So Virginia went through what she said to June, and we saw Wendell come back, which is great. We haven't seen him in a long time, so that was really nice seeing him and Sarah reunite. And then Virginia gave June the hospital and stuff like that. But John, let's talk a little bit about him because John then left. Because remember, before all of this happened, they had a plan to leave, and June agreed to it after she went to go help out the people that got hurt. But then things played out differently, and then she got something in return for helping Virginia. So June didn't want to leave anymore. But John left, or she doesn't even know John left because at the end of the episode, she said, "Are you going to follow us?" And he said yes. So yeah, this is going to really be interesting to see what her reaction is going to be when she finds out that John left without her. Now, I don't think John's going to leave for good or anything like that. I think he's probably going to run into someone else, like maybe Dwight or Morgan or something like that, because the group is split up. Or maybe he's going to run into the other group, the end is the beginning group, or something like that. But I don't think he's going to leave for good. But I'm just interested in seeing how it's going to play out with June's reaction to it. And then also what John is going to do. Because, again, I don't think he's going to leave forever. That would be kind of shocking if he does. But anyways, yeah, overall, really, really great episode. And the season as a whole has been pretty amazing. I mean, I don't even know like what will be my favorite episode of the season because all the episodes have been really good. But I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. Let me know, what did you think about this episode, and what's been your favorite episode so far also, because I think the season's been really good, and I'm interested in seeing what other people think. And let me know your thoughts about the season as a whole. But again, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Stay tuned for my World Beyond Episode 7 review. That'll be coming out soon. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.